That's right. It is the Robbie.G show podcast right here, and we are celebrating the best of 2023. That's right. This is the last show of the year. So we're going to be doing some fun stuff today on the show, but let's get it kicked off with some celebrity birthdays for today, December 28th. A big happy birthday shout out to Nash Greer, who's 26. Stan Lee would have been celebrating a birthday, the creator of Marvel. Let's see, John Legend turns 45. Denzel Washington turns 69 today. Maggie Smith, an actress, turns 89. Miles Brown, TV actor, turns 19. Emery Kelly, 26. He's a pop singer. Let's see, any other big ones turning anything today? There's a bunch, but a lot of them are TikTok stars. Rodrigo Contreras is 24. He's a TikTok star. I'm a TikTok star. No, I'm just kidding. Let's see. Seth Meyers turns 50. Happy birthday to Seth Meyers, one of my favorite late night show guys. And looks like that's the biggest ones out of all the bunch. Gayle King, 69. And Don Francisco, he was a TV show host. He turns 83. So yeah, that's pretty much it for the celebrities. And Joe Diffie, a country music star who passed away in 2020, would have had a birthday today also. He was a good country star. So yeah, that's it for that. Celebrity birthdays. If today is your birthday and you share a birthday with all those celebrities, happy birthday to you. If your birthday falls on New Year's Eve or New Year's Day, like my stepmom's, happy birthday to you guys also for the new year. Oh man, I cannot believe we are almost at the end of 2023. It is almost insane to think about. So on today's show, we're going to be doing a lot of stuff from 2023. We're going to have the year in review, Grammy winners, Oscar winners, best movies, best songs, and the champions of 2023. But of course, we are going to get it kicked off with sports like we always do. So let's kick it off. Last week, I went 8-8 on my predictions for Week 16. That was a horrible thing, but the Chicago Bears won. That's right, the Bears beat the Cardinals, and they are still at a 1% chance of making the playoffs, which is a crazy thought with 2 weeks left on the season that the Bears are still fighting. Bears have a very winnable game with Atlanta this week. If a few things fall into place, the Bears actually would have a chance. And I'm going to run through that really quick in just a few minutes. How the Bears could actually make the wild card. I am going to go on to one of those predictors, and I'll show you how that can happen. But let's go into this first. For the season, I'm 140-99, 140 wins, 99 losses, for a total of 58% of winning. I'm 8-8 last week, so let's see what we do this week. Tonight, Thursday Night Football, we got the Jets and the Browns. I'm taking the Brownies in that one. Go Browns. Saturday game. There's one game Saturday. It's the Lions and the Cowboys. That is a huge game for both teams with big implications. The Lions already clinched the division, and congratulations to the Detroit Lions, their first division win in 30 years. Amazing. And I actually, if the Bears have no shot at winning the Super Bowl this year, which even if they make the playoffs, they'd probably be a one-and-done team, but you never know. Weirder things have happened in the NFL, so we don't know. But if the Bears have no chance of winning it, I would love to see the Detroit Lions win their first ever Super Bowl championship, just because I feel that they are deserving. I like Dan Campbell. He's a great coach, and I would love to see that. So I got the Lions winning Saturday over the Cowboys. And then Sunday's games. All Sunday games. No more Monday Night Football. Let's see. We've got the Patriots and the Bills. I got the Bills winning that one. Falcons and Bears. Bear down. Chicago Bears are going to win again. And I'll tell you what the predictor is going to be for them making the playoffs, especially if they win on Sunday. Okay, we got the Raiders and the Colts. I got the Colts winning that one. Rams and Giants. I've got the Giants winning over the Rams. I think the Rams are a very overrated team, and I don't think they're going to win. Cardinals and Eagles. I got the Eagles obviously beating the Cardinals in that game. Saints and Tampa Bay. Tampa Bay is going to beat New Orleans Saints. 49ers and Washington. I got the 49ers winning that one. Panthers and Jaguars. Jags are going to beat the Panthers. Panthers are going to have the worst record in the league. And then we've got the Dolphins and Ravens. I've got Baltimore winning that one. And then the Titans and Texans. I got the Texans with the win there. 3 o'clock games. We got the Steelers and Seahawks. I've got Pittsburgh winning that one. Chargers and Broncos. I've got the Broncos with the win, even though they are benching Russell Wilson. He's getting benched. Or not Russell Wilson, sorry, Cam Newton. Wait, is it Cam Newton or is it Russell Wilson? You can see, I don't really watch the Broncos that much. It's one of the two. And he's getting benched for the rest of the year. I think they're basically going to trade him for whatever they can get. Here, let's see, hang on. So who's going to be starting in the place? Let's see. Yeah, it was Russell Wilson. They're going to bench him. And they're saying, why is he being benched? They're going to get rid of him. That was his last game with the Broncos. He's going to be moving on somewhere else. Who knows where he ends up? I guess we'll find out next season. But yeah, that's why they're benching Russell Wilson. I don't know why I thought it was Cam Newton. So I've got the Broncos winning, even though he's going to be benched. I still got the Broncos beating the Chargers. Chargers without Justin Herbert is just not good. And then the Bengals and Chiefs. I got the Chiefs bouncing back after that horrible loss on Christmas Day, beating the Bengals. So Chiefs win there. And then Sunday Night Football, Packers and the Vikings. Go Vikings! Whoop the Packers. I want the Packers in the basement and the Bears ahead of them, regardless of if we even have a shot at making the playoffs or not. So I'm saying go Vikings in that one. So that's the games for the week. We'll see how I do. We only got 1 week left of the regular season after this week, and that's next week. Crazy that the NFL season is almost over. Now, let me go on to this predictor. And I found this on the New York Times. If you go to New York Times and you put in Bears, says, how can the Bears make the playoffs? Okay, so right now the Bears stand at a 1% chance, okay? And actually, it's less than a 1% chance as of right now. So I'm erasing all this that I got on here. Okay, so right now the Bears are 1% chance to make the playoffs. Bears have to win out. Okay, this is like the main thing. The Bears have to win out their last 2 games. So they have to beat the Falcons this week, and they have to beat the Packers next week. If they did that, they'd have a 3% chance of making the playoffs, if they could win both games. So for the wild card, this is what would have to happen this weekend. And this is the craziest part. Okay, so the Bears win over the Falcons. And then we have the Giants and Rams. These are the important games that have to happen. There's only a few on each week. The Giants have to beat the Rams. If the Giants beat the Rams, the Bears go up to a 12% chance of winning and getting a wild card. Then we've got the Buccaneers and Saints. The Buccaneers have to beat the Saints. If the Buccaneers win, okay, so if the Buccaneers beat the Saints, we go down to 11% chance. But this is one of the scenarios, because if the Saints beat the Buccaneers, the Bears still struggle. The Seahawks and Steelers. The Steelers have to win that game. Okay? So if the Steelers win over the Seahawks, the Buccaneers win over the Saints, the Bears win over the Falcons, and the Giants win over the Rams, the Bears go to a 32% chance to make it. Then, if the Vikings beat the Packers, Bears are now up to a 37% chance. And that's this week. So, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 games are important this week for the Bears. The Bears and Falcons, the Giants and the Rams, the Buccaneers and the Saints, and the Steelers and the Seahawks, and of course the Vikings and Packers. Now, next week, if the Bears beat the Packers in their game, we scoreboard watch with only 2 other games. If all that happens this week, we scoreboard watch with 2 other games next week. Seahawks and the Cardinals. So if the Cardinals can somehow beat the Seahawks, and I know that's hard to imagine because the Cardinals are really bad right now, but they do have 3 wins, so they have beaten 3 teams. If the Cardinals win, that boosts the Bears to 87% chance of winning the wild card. Now it's down to the 49ers and Rams. Now, the 49ers should beat the Rams, but here's the big but on this one. 49ers by that point may have clinched what they needed to, and they may rest their starters, but they may not. So if they beat the Rams, 49ers over the Rams, the Bears get into the wild card, because Bears have some tiebreakers. The Bears definitely have the tiebreaker with Atlanta. But yeah, if all this happens, 3 games next week and 5 games this week, this is all we need to scoreboard watch, is these 5 games. If this happens, the Bears legitimately would have a shot at making they would make the wild card if this stuff happened. So we'll see. Week 18 and Week 17 is going to be fun to watch either way. And I'll be doing a thing on this on TikTok. So follow me on TikTok. All that information is down below in the bio. So that's fun to think about, that the Bears still have a chance at the playoffs with 2 weeks left. It makes the games a little more watchable, especially because we want to see Justin Fields just ball out. And I think Justin Fields will ball out this week because he's in Atlanta, where he's from. So that's always a big thing when you're... Oh, wait, no. Atlanta comes here to Chicago. Never mind. Atlanta comes to Chicago. But you always want to beat the team that you watched growing up, which was Atlanta. So that's a big one. All right. So let's get this NCAA really quick out of the way before I talk a little more about the Chicago Bears and what I think they're going to do and what they should do for next year. But let's do these NCAA bowl predictions. So right now, I'm not doing great at the bowl predictions. I'm 13-12. Not always easy to pick the bowls and stuff. But we are down to the final weekend of the bowls. In fact, by Monday on New Year's Day, we'll find out who goes on to the national championship on January 8th. It's a Monday night, so we'll find out who goes to that. I wish they would move that national championship game to a Saturday. Why is it on a Monday? For what? It's stupid. Do it on a Saturday, NCAA. All your college games are pretty much on Saturdays. Your major bowls are on Saturdays, except for New Year's. So why not move that to a Saturday game? I just don't understand. So here we go. Here's the final games of the bowls coming up this weekend and what I think is going to happen. So today, you got Boston College and SMU. I've got SMU winning that. In fact, that game, a few of these games are going to be over by the time you're hearing this, because they're all earlier games. I've got SMU winning that one. Miami and Rutgers. I've got the Miami Hurricanes taking that one. I think they're going to win. Go Dwayne The Rock Johnson. Go Miami. Kansas State and North Carolina State. I've got North Carolina State winning tonight. And then Oklahoma and Arizona. I've got Jim Ross's Oklahoma Sooners beating Arizona in their bowl tonight. Tomorrow on Friday night, we've got Kentucky and Clemson. I've got Clemson winning their bowl. Notre Dame versus Oregon State. I got Notre Dame winning that one. We got Iowa State versus Memphis. I've got Iowa State winning that. And then the Ohio State Buckeyes versus Missouri. I've got Ohio State winning that game. Those are the Friday games. Saturday games, we've got Penn State versus Ole Miss. I got Penn State winning that one. We got Maryland versus Auburn. I've got Maryland winning theirs. Florida State versus Georgia. I got the Bulldogs winning their bowl. And the final one is Wyoming and Toledo. I got Toledo winning theirs. Let's see. Monday, the New Year's Day bowls. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 to end the bowl games. I've got LSU and Wisconsin. I've got the Badgers winning theirs. We got Oregon versus Liberty. I've got Oregon winning that one. Tennessee versus Iowa. I've got Tennessee winning that. And then the 2 big bowl games to decide who's going to the national championship game the week later. We've got Michigan, my Wolverines, taking on Alabama. It's going to be a roll tide, all right. But the Wolverines are going to roll tide all over Alabama. I got Michigan winning that one. And then the final game of the night will be Washington versus Texas for the other slot, and Texas is going to win that. So we will have Texas and Michigan in the national championship game Monday, January 8th. And I'll talk about that next week because we'll know who's in there. So next Thursday, first show of 2024, we'll be talking about either Michigan and Texas, or Michigan and Washington, or Alabama and Washington, or Alabama and Texas. We'll see who it's going to be. Two of those four teams are going to the national championship. So that's my predictions. We'll see how I do in this final weekend of the bowls for college. College football will be over as of, January 8th, but there's only one game on that day. So that's all done. So my NCAA predictions. Now let's talk a little bit about the Chicago Bears and what they're going to do. Well, number one, we don't know where they're going to end up yet. They could end up in the playoffs this year or maybe not. We'll see what happens there. But I'll tell you one thing, no matter where they end up, the NFL draft is going to be huge for the Chicago Bears. Most likely, they are going to finish at the number 1 spot or the number 2 spot for the draft. Okay, I don't see Carolina winning this week or next week, so I believe that they will end with the 2 wins that they have. But I'm hoping Arizona gets that 1 win, and I got the Patriots losing this week, but we'll see next week who the Patriots are playing in Week 18. Like I said, Week 18 is a little iffy because Week 18 you could have a lot of starters resting depending on teams and where they're at in the standings. So, a lot of your teams who are tanking may put their starters out and put in their second stringers so they do lose. Some teams who are in playoff spots and have it locked in don't really give a damn anymore, so they rest their starters. So, a lot can happen in Week 18. So we'll see what happens there. But with the Bears still having a major shot, I don't see Justin Fields being out next week. He's definitely starting this week. But next week we will see what the Bears do. If they are still in a spot to win, and I'm sorry, but you're playing Green Bay. You have to play your starters the whole game, and you have to win. Because whether or not you make the playoffs, it would be, if the Green Bay Packers lose this week, and we win, and next week we play them, that is for the basement. So we'll see what happens. I don't know. We'll see what happens there. Hopefully the Bears play. Justin Fields definitely will be the starter next year. They're not drafting Caleb Williams. USC proved when they won yesterday without Caleb Williams in their bowl, and their backup quarterback came in and threw 385 yards and 6 touchdowns, Caleb Williams would not have done that in that game. In fact, he would have struggled in that game. He's not going to be a star quarterback. If I'm any team, I'm not taking him with their first pick. And I hate to say that, but Caleb Williams is a prima donna crybaby, and I would not want him on my team. I would not take what the Bears have built with Justin Fields and the way that offense feels about him. I would not take Caleb Williams and trade Justin Fields. That would be the biggest mistake that the Bears could have. So no. If you're the Bears, do not do that. So we'll see what happens there. But like I said, I believe that the Bears either are going to get Marvin Harrison Jr., or if Marvin Harrison Jr. decides to not make himself eligible for the draft and stay with Ohio State, which I think would be the biggest mistake of his career, because he's risking getting an injury just to beat Michigan and win a national championship. Sorry, buddy. As long as Jim Harbaugh's there, you're not beating Michigan, and you're probably not winning a national championship. So if I were you, I would go and take a contract and go to the NFL while you still can. Because let's say you get hurt. What happens then? What happens if you play your final year in college and get a big injury that you may have not gotten if you went to the NFL? Or you'd be in a big NFL deal. Yeah, no. If I were him, I would definitely be going over to the NFL as quick as possible. But that's just me. So I think the Bears are either going to take Marvin Harrison Jr. with that number 1 pick, or if he does not make himself eligible for the draft, I think they trade it for a haul. I've been hearing rumors of the Raiders maybe being interested in that number 1 pick, and they are willing to trade possibly Max Crosby. If you get Max Crosby and their first-round pick, plus a next year first-round pick from the Raiders, Because if they take Caleb Williams, there's a chance that team could be in the basement of the NFL next year, just like the Carolina Panthers. Imagine being a Panthers fan right now. Imagine being a Panthers fan and realizing your team has the worst record in the NFL, but does not have the rights to their number one pick. Usually the consolation for the worst team in the league is having that number one pick and knowing that you get the number one pick in the draft. And Carolina does not have that. But yes, I would take Max Crosby and the number one pick out of them. That I would go and draft an O-line. There's also a few other good receivers in college right now that the Bears could take if they don't get Marvin Harrison, if he doesn't make himself eligible. But if he's there at number one, you take him. Forget Max Crosby. Get another pass rusher. You've got Sweat. You could get one more. You could even draft a pass rusher and have Sweat help build that kid up. There's different ways you could go, but if Marvin Harrison Jr. is there, I told people on Facebook today, just before I did this show, the whole point of getting the haul that they got last year was to aim for the big player. If the Bears win and get that number one pick, that is their haul. The ending of their haul would be to get Marvin Harrison Jr. He's the big player. There you go. That's what I would do. But that's just me. We'll see where the Bears go. We'll have a lot to talk about once the season's over, and we know exactly where the Bears draft and who's the possibilities. Also, players have till the 15th of January to say if they're going to be in the draft or not. So we'll see what happens there. All right, some Hawks news. Here's some fun stuff to talk about. Connor Bedard. This kid is amazing. This kid is great. Last night, scored 2 goals in the Hawks game. One was the original goal to tie the game up, and the other goal was in overtime on a breakaway shot, which was amazing. He was between 2 defenders when he shot this. And I'm not even talking about that Michigan shot that he did the other night. That was amazing too. But this was just as good. Overtime, coming down the ice, 2 defenders on the side of him, one on the left, one on the right. He comes right down the middle, shoots it over the middle, and scores the game-winning goal in overtime. This kid is amazing. He has 15 goals already. And that's amazing for a rookie. He leads the league, I believe, in... Let's see who leads the league in goals right now. So I think it's him. But let me see. But yeah, no, this kid is amazing. 15 goals. Let's see. Goal leaders... NHL. Alright, let's see who leads the league in goals. That's points. Here's goals. So right now, Connor Bedard is not in the top 5. But for a kid like him to be right now where he's at, here he is. He's like number 26. But the reason I'm happy with that is because he's still doing great in goals. In fact, right now, with those 2 goals he's got 15 goals and 17 assists. He's already got 32 points. That's amazing for a rookie. That is amazing. I see big things for him. And, the Hawks are winning here and there, which is good. But at the same time, I believe that I'm just happy that we are having this great kid who is going to be the leader of this team for years to come. And we'll see next year where the Hawks end up. Because if they end up with the number 1 pick one more year, there's a lot of good kids out there that'll be good with Bedard. We may have our next Kane and Taves if that happens. So we'll see. That's enough for the Hawks talk today. Nothing major going on there except for Bedard with his game last night. That was great. They won 2-1 in overtime. Bulls talk. Zach LaVine's still sitting out, and the Bulls are still winning. They're 9-4 without him. I am saying trade Zach LaVine, and I've been saying this all year. Trade him for something. You will get a decent haul for him. I would trade him. The Bulls don't need him. Anybody saying trade DeMar, that's stupid. I'd keep DeMar DeRozan. I would extend him. I'd keep Vooch, and then I would build around the 2 of them with what you got now. You got Kobe White, who's playing amazing in the spot of Zach LaVine being gone. Drummond, amazing. He needs to be playing more. Why are we not playing Drummond more than he is? The guy the other day had like 20 points and 20 rebounds. That's amazing. keep him. And keep him, maybe even make him a starter. I'm not necessarily sold on Vooch being a starter. Vooch, I think, would be better off the bench. Start Drummond and see what you can get out of him for a while. But the Chicago Bulls right now are still in a pretty decent spot. We've got, let's see, the NBA standings for the East. NBA standings, so let's see where they're at right now. I mean, the Bulls beat the Lakers. That was amazing. With AD and right now the Bulls are 10th in the Eastern Conference. The play-in tournament is 7, 8, 9, and 10. The Bulls will be a play-in tournament team right now. They're 14 and 18 and only moving up. And right now, I mean, the Celtics are 23 and 6. The Bucks are 23 and 8. But the Bulls have 14 wins right now. They're only 10.5 games back, and we're not even at the midpoint of the season yet. That's not till February, till the All-Star break. We're not even at All-Star break yet. Think about that. We're only going to be in January. This is amazing. The Bulls have a big game with the Pacers today. Pacers are 15 and 14. Pacers are, where are they? They're number 8 in the standings right now. We're number 10, so the Bulls have a chance to beat the Pacers. I want them to win this game tonight. I'm going to be watching it. They are at home. Game starts at 7. They're at home tonight. So, yeah, I would love to see the Bulls win against the Pacers, and that would solidify them as a team that's really a threat right now. And I believe they are. I think everybody believes they're a threat because they are playing a lot better. If you look right now, they're 7 and they've won 7 out of the last 11 games. That's amazing. The last 10 they've won 6, they've lost 4. But they are coming back, and they are on the come up. So yes, I would definitely trade Zach LaVine and keep what I got here and see what you get for LaVine, some draft picks, maybe a player, but that's what I would do if I were the Chicago Bulls. So we'll see what happens there. Now, let's go on to the fun stuff. It is 2023 ending in, let's see, today's the 28th, so we only got, 3 days left of the new year. Man, I hope everybody's got some good resolutions. I actually did a Facebook, and I got a couple responses on it. Let's go to my Facebook page, and I'm going to read those couple responses. One was funny, and one was legit, but that's how you get when you get people doing that. So let's see. Here's my Fields post. All right. Where is it? Where'd it go? I know it's here. I can't find it right now. Where is it at? I did my pineapple belongs on pizza. Oh yeah, happy big birthday. Shout out to Megan Trainor. Her birthday was 5 days ago. And just want to give a big shout out to her. Man, I'm telling you, I can't find it. That's weird. And I know I just did it. No, it's weird. It's gone. I don't know. Facebook is weird sometimes. I think sometimes they get rid of it. Let's see. Some of my other stuff is still here. That didn't get taken away. Here's my Christmas. Oh, here we go. I found it. I put, what is your New Year's resolution or goals for 2024? And I'll read it on my show. So I got 3 responses. Memo. He said, get back to the gym now that my job is lighter and getting 0 exercise. I don't want to hit 400 pounds like I used to be, so I'm going to start race training again. Drink more lemonade and not so many beers, with a smile. So Memo said that. Hopefully he does his thing. My friend Danny, he said to get Jim Harbaugh as the head coach of the Chicago Bears. Hey, that's a possibility. We don't know. And Becky Rasman said to work on my new songs for my 4th EP, continue school at Rock Adult Band, voice and keyboard, and do shows and meet new fans. So I hope she does that too. She was on my, you can find it on YouTube. Maybe I'll post it this week. I'm going to post a few of my big shows from last year that I did that are still on YouTube. You can't find them on Spreaker anymore or iHeartRadio, but you can still find them on my YouTube channel. So I'm going to post a few of those. She was on my list of bands that wanted to be on my radio show, and it was a spotlight for new bands and new singers. So check that one out. I'll post that one on my Facebook this week. Make sure you come to my Facebook and add me there. So yeah, those are people's New Year's resolutions. What's yours? You could still message me or email me. All the information is down below in the show notes, so make sure you check that out. And yeah, we could do that. That'll be fun. And I'll read them next week, because next week is the first show of 2024. So yeah, let's go and look up some fun stuff from the year, because this was a pretty decent year depending on, how you feel about it. It's still a lot better than what we had to deal with COVID, when COVID was going on. So at least we're not back at that point yet, but we'll see what happens. So we'll start out with celebrity deaths of 2023. Obviously, there was a lot. There was a lot of big ones. The biggest one to me was Matthew Perry. And I think he was the biggest for most people. I didn't see that coming. Obviously, as the years go by, people get older. Eventually, people from TV shows that you watch your whole life are going to pass away. It happens. But I think he was way too soon. Definitely way too soon. So Matthew Perry, to me, was number one. But here's the list of people who have passed away. I'm going to read off the really big ones. And this is for the whole year. So I'll start out with Matthew Perry because he's my favorite. He wasn't the most recent. There were some after him. But he, to me, was the biggest one because I was a huge Friends fan. So for him to have passed away, he was my favorite character on the show. So I still watch it and tear up when I see him once in a while. So Matthew Perry. Andrew Brager, he was an actor. He died at the age of 61. That was actually just December 10th, so a couple weeks ago. Ryan O'Neal. Oh, we also lost somebody from the Smothers Brothers yesterday. He passed away, so he's the latest one to do it. Ryan O'Neal. He was an actor. He died at the age of 82. Norman Lear, the creator of All in the Family, The Jeffersons, and Good Times. That's sad. One of my favorite producers because I love those shows. He's up there with me with Dick Wolf, who does the Law & Order and Chicago shows. He passed away at the age of 101 on December 4th. Sandra Day O'Connor, she was, I believe, the first Speaker of the House for the women. She was the first one ever. She passed away at the age of 93. Henry Kissinger, he died at the age of 100 on November 28th. That's crazy. Jean King, she died at the age of 80. Rosalind Carter, very sad. Now, I'm not going to mention everybody. I'm really just looking through the list for the big ones that everybody knows. There may be some that you know that I don't have on this list. I can't go through every single person. I mean, I could, but it would take forever. Rosalind Carter died at the age of 96. That was Jimmy Carter's wife, the First Lady. Bobby Knight, Indiana. Everybody knows him. The guy that yelled up and down the court for Indiana for so many years. Basketball. Bobby Knight died at the age of 83 on November 1st. Matthew Perry, of course, was October 28th at the age of 54. Richard Roundtree, he was an actor. He died at the age of 81. Let's see. Suzanne Summers, Chrissy from Three's Company, and of course, she was on Step by Step. She passed away at the age of 77 from cancer on October 15th. Rudolph Isley from the Isley Brothers died at the age of 84. This one hits hard to anybody from Chicago, of course. Dick Butkus, one of the greatest Chicago Bears players of all time, died at the age of 80 on my birthday, October 5th of 2023. Very sad. Baseball player Tim Wakefield died at the age of 57. Let's see, Dianne Feinstein. She was something political, obviously. I don't really know a lot about politics, but she was, and she passed away at the age of 90. Michael Gambon. I believe he's from, I don't even know, so I'm not going to say it, but he was a big actor. He died at the age of 82. Brooks Robinson, baseball player, died at 86. Let's see. Steve Harwell, the lead singer from the Hey Now You're an All-Star, Smash Mouth. He passed away at the age of 56 on September 4th. Jimmy Buffett, very sad. Very, very sad. Died at the age of 76 on September 1st. We lost Bob Barker. Every kid knows if you're in your 40s right now, or even your late 30s, you stayed home from school and you watched The Price is Right. We all did. That was sad. Rest in peace, Bob Barker. Also, Happy Gilmore. He was the one that punched out Happy Gilmore. So everybody that doesn't know him from Price is Right probably knows him from that movie. Pro wrestler, very sad. Terry Funk, one of my favorites, died at the age of 79. Very, very sad right there. Let's see. Paul Rubens, Pee Wee Herman. Very sad for us 40-year-olds. We lost a lot. The people in their 40s right now, we lost a lot of people that we know this year. So, Paul Rubens passed away on July 30th of 2023. One of my favorite singers of all time, Sinead O'Connor. She passed away at the age of 56. Sinead O'Connor hit hard, only because I grew up listening to her. My favorite song, Nothing Compares to You. That's one of my favorites of all time. And yeah, that was hard. Tony Bennett, that one hit hard because being an Italian, you heard a lot of his music at weddings. So I grew up listening to a lot of Tony Bennett. So that's sad right there. Alan Arkin, great actor. That was sad too. Bobby Osborne died at the age of 91. Let's see. Treat Williams, great actor. He died at 71. In fact, I don't remember, but was he Severide's father from Chicago Fire? I think he was. I'm pretty sure he was Severide's father. But let me see if it'll say if he was in Chicago Fire. But I think so. Let me check on that. Hang on one second. Yes, he did play Benny Severide on the TV show Chicago Fire, and actually Severide's father in the show passed away, I believe it was the season that he got married, or the season right before that, so like season 8 or 9, so he wouldn't have came back anyway for the show, so since he passed away in real life, yeah, that was kind of sad. The Iron Sheik, I think everybody remembers the Iron Sheik. He was a very big crab talker. But yeah, he passed away at the age of 81. Pat Robertson, he was like a political talk guy. He died at the age of 93. Tina Turner, one of my other favorite singers. Rolling on the River, baby. She passed away at the age of 83 this year on May 24th. Jim Brown, football player, running back, one of the best, died at the age of 87 in May. Marlene Haig, she died at 89. I believe she was a country singer. Let's see. Just going through the big ones. Jerry Springer, another one. We know all kids our age, or people our age when we were kids, we used to sneak Jerry Springer when we were homesick so that we could watch it. Everybody remembers Jerry. Yep. He passed away at the age of 79 on April 26th. Vita Blue, he's a baseball player, a pitcher. He died on May 5th on Cinco de Mayo at the age of 73. Harry Belafonte, another great singer, passed away at the age of 96. Shake, Shake, Shake Sonora. Everybody remembers that from Beetlejuice. Len Goodman. He was one of the judges on the show Dancing with the Stars. One of my wife's favorite judges on there. He passed away at the age of 78 on April 21st. Let's see. Let's see who else. Lance Reddick, actor, passed away at the age of 60 on March 16th. Joe Pepitone, former Yankee, passed away at the age of 82. Actor and the killer of his wife, Robert Blake, he died at the age of 89 on March 8th. Let's see, Richard Belzer, everybody remembers him from Law & Order, SVU. He passed away at the age of 78. One of my favorite characters on the show. Raquel Welch, she was Charlie's Angel and just in a lot of stuff. She passed away at the age of 82 on February 14th on Valentine's Day. Football player Conrad Dobler died at the age of 72. Composer Burt Bacharach died at the age of 94 on February 7th. Bobby Hull, great Hawks player, hockey player, passed away at the age of 84. Let's see. David Crosby from Crosby, Stills, and Nash died at the age of 81. Jay Briscoe, wrestler. He was an independent, and I believe he wrestled a little in AEW. He passed away at the age of 38. CJ Harris, he died at the age of 31 on January 14, 2023. Lisa Marie Presley, Elvis's daughter and singer, died at the age of 54 on January 11th. So we're already in January. Guitarist Jeff Beck died at the age of 78 on January 9th. Adam Rich died at the age of 54. Looks like car race driver Ken Block died at the age of 55 on January 2nd. And Lola Chantel Mitchell died at the age of 43 on December 31st of 2022. So that was the last one of the year for 2022, and Ken Block, January 2nd, was the first one to pass away in 2023. So those are the celebrities that passed away in the year 2023. There was a lot of them, and there was a lot that I didn't even get to mention. So imagine how long that would go if that were the case. So yeah, it's sad. We lose a lot of celebrities every year. But that's part of life. Everybody goes. You just would like people to last a little longer than that. But you know what? Hey, they all gave contributions to the world. Let's look at the year in review of 2023. It's crazy when you think of all the stuff that happens in a year. And there's like an entire calendar of the year. I'm not going to go too much into everything, just the big stuff that happened. Let's see, started off in January 5th with the funeral of Pope Benedict. He was laid to rest. But yeah, January 5th, that was of 2023. January 24th, Doomsday Clock advances. The Doomsday Clock is moved ahead, indicating an unprecedented level of world troubles. So that happened. Tom Brady retires for the second time. On February 1st, 2023, quarterback Tom Brady announces that he's retiring from the NFL. Brady led his team to a record 7 Super Bowl titles. Let's see. Kilimanjaro has a big earthquake on February 6th. Turkey and Syria are hit by an earthquake and a severe aftershock. These high-magnitude events leave more than 50,000 people. Wow. NBA record, February 7, 2023. LeBron James becomes the all-time highest scorer in National Basketball Association history, surpassing Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. March 17th of 2023, Taylor Swift kicked off her Eras Tour. American singer-songwriter Taylor Swift launches a hugely successful world tour. Estimates suggest the tour will generate more than $1 billion. Let's see, March 30th of 2023, Donald Trump was charged. Former U.S. President Donald Trump is indicted by a grand jury on 31 counts of falsifying business records, making him the first current or former U.S. president to be charged with a crime. April, the 31st country joins NATO. On April 4th, Finland becomes the 31st member of NATO. Let's see, SpaceX, April 20th, 2023, uncrewed SpaceX Starship rocket successfully launches but explodes after takeoff. April 25th was the death of Harry Belafonte. American singer, actor, producer, and civil rights activist Harry Belafonte was inducted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame the year before in 2022. In May 1st, new most populous country. India's population is thought to surpass China's for the first time, making India the new most populous country. May 2nd of 2023, this was huge, the Hollywood Writers' Strike. The Hollywood Writers Guild of America strike begins. The strike would stretch until late September. New vaccine on May 3rd. The first respiratory syncytial virus vaccine for RSV is approved by the U.S. Food and Drug Administration for use in the United States. Let's see, May 6th, British coronation. King Charles III is crowned in the United Kingdom. His coronation is the first in 7 decades following the death of his mother, Queen Elizabeth II. The death of Tina Turner, May 24th, 2023. Let's see, in June, Titan submarine implodes. Everybody remembers that. Ocean Gate's Titan submissile or submersible is believed to have imploded hours after beginning its descent to the wreck of the Titanic. Everybody remembers that. Affirmative action ends on June 29, 2023. In July 21st, Oppenheimer and Barbie is released. Christopher Nolan's Oppenheimer is released on the same day as Greta Gerwig's Barbie, creating the Barbenheimer phenomenon, whereas moviegoers flock to the theaters to see both films. Barbie soon becomes the highest-grossing film directed by a woman. Let's see, July 24, 2023. Elon Musk rebrands social media site Twitter as X after merging the Twitter with his company X. Boy, that was a crazy day. I remember when they did that with Twitter. That was insane. Let's see. Maui wildfires are in August. The island of Maui in Hawaii is struck by a series of wildfires that devastate the historic resort town. Let's see. Women's World Cup, August 20th. Spain's women's team clinches its first Women's World Cup. September. We had record temperature highs. September 14th, NASA declares the summer of 2023 to be the warmest on record since record keeping began in 1880. Mass shooting milestone in September 19th. The number of mass shootings in the United States this year reaches a new all-time high. That's insane. Nobel Prizes awarded October 2nd. The 2023 Nobel Prizes are awarded that week. Political showdown. Republican Kevin McCarthy on October 3rd is voted out as Speaker of the U.S. House of Reps, the first time in history a Speaker has been removed from office. October 2nd, Israel-Hamas war begins. Palestine militant group Hamas launches an attack on Israel, killing more than 1,200 and leading Israel to declare war for the first time since 1973. November 18th, the Russian invasion of Ukraine continues. The ongoing Russian invasion of Ukraine reaches a grim milestone in its second year with more than 10,000 civilian deaths. November 19th is the Cricket World Cup. Australia defeats India to capture the record 6th title in the Cricket World Cup. Rosalind Carter died November 19th of 2023. Iceland was hit by an earthquake on November 26th. Iceland experiences a series of more than 700 earthquakes, predictor of major seismic activity, culminating in a volcanic eruption in December. And then Harry Kissinger died on November 29th. November 30th, ChatGPT updated. And then December. This was just the first day of December. Beyonce's film released. American singer-songwriter Beyonce's film, The Renaissance, a film by Beyonce chronicling her successful world tour concert, has its world premiere. Taylor Swift also did one, and I believe it was in... Actually, hers wasn't on here, which I'm surprised, but she did one too. And then the death of Sandra Day O'Connor. Was an Associate Justice of the U.S. Supreme Court from 1981 to 2006. She was also the first woman to serve in that. So that was the timeline for the year. A lot of crazy stuff happened. That's the year in review for that. Now we're going to go on and we are going to talk really quick about the Grammy Award winners for the year of 2023. It was a great year in music, you believe it or not. Like, a lot of people make fun of the new music that's out, but it does break records and do good. So here is the full list of Grammy winners from 2023. So let's have some fun with this. Record of the year was Don't Shut Me Down by ABBA. That's crazy to think about ABBA winning Record of the Year. Oh, wait, hold on. I'm wrong. Hang on. Are these all up for... Wow, these were all up for Record of the Year. So ABBA did not win. I'm wrong. It said number one, but it shouldn't have. But the winner was About Damn Time by Lizzo. She won for that. That's insane, though, that the Record of the Year had this many people in it. That's why I don't really watch the Grammys that much anymore, but damn. Album of the Year. That went to... Let's see... I'm looking for the winner. There's a lot listed on this thing. The Grammys does crazy now. Let's see. Harry's House was the winner. Harry Styles won Album of the Year. Song of the Year was Just Like That by Bonnie Raitt. That's crazy. Best New Artist went to Samira Joy. Best Pop Solo Performance was Easy on Me by Adele. Best Pop Duo or Group Performance, wow, ABBA was on that list too. Unholy, Sam Smith and Kim Petras. Best Traditional Pop Vocal went Higher by Michael Bublé. Best Pop Vocal Performance was Harry's House by Harry Styles. Best Dance Electronic Recording was Break My Soul by Beyonce. A lot of good ones at the Grammys last year. Best Dance Electronic Music Album was Renaissance by Beyonce. Best Contemporary Instrumental Album went to Empire Central by Snarky Puppy. Best Rock Performance, Broken Horses by Brandi Carlile. Best Metal Performance went to Durangan Rules, Ozzy Osbourne featuring Tony Iommi. Best Rock Album went to Patient Number 9. Ozzy Osbourne was the winner. That's crazy. Best Rock Song was Broken Horses by Brandi Carlile. Best Alternative Music Performance was Chase Lounge by Wet Leg. Best Alternative Music Album was Wet Leg with Wet Leg. Best R&B Performance, Hours and Hours by Mooney Long. Best Traditional R&B Performance went to Plastic Off the Sofa by Beyonce. Best Progressive R&B Album was Steve Lacy, Gemini Rights. Best R&B Song was Cuff It, and that's by Denasia Blue June Andrews, Beyonce. She was the songwriter of that. Let's see. Best R&B Album went to Black Radio 3 by Robert Glasper. Best Rap Performance went to The Heart Part 5 by Kendrick Lamar. Best Melodic Rap Performance went to Future featuring Drake and Thames with Wait For You. Best Rap Album was Kendrick Lamar, Mr. Moral and the Big Steppers. Best Rap Song went to The Heart Part 5, which was Kendrick Lamar, and it was wrote by Kendrick Lamar and a bunch of other people. Best Country Solo Performance was Willie Nelson with Live Forever. Best Country Duo Group Performance was Carly Pearce and Ashley McBride with Never Wanted to Be That Girl. Best Country Album went to Willie Nelson, A Beautiful Time. Best Country Song was Till You Can't by Matt Rogers and Ben Stendis, and that was by Cody Johnson. A lot of good ones on there, too, for the Best Country Song. Luke Combs was on there. He's one of my favorites. Taylor Swift was on there for Taylor's version of I Bet You Can Think About Me. So, yeah, there was a lot. Let's see. Best New Age or Chant Album or Ambient Album went to Mystic Mirror by White Sun. And that looks like it. I mean, there's other categories, but I don't go through every single little category on here. So, yeah, those are the Grammy Awards for this year. Now we're going to go over the Oscar Awards, because that was a big one, of course, just like always. Everybody loves them some Oscar Awards. Barbie and Oppenheimer, that I'm sure is going to be up for a lot of Oscars this year. We'll see what happens with that. Let's see, Oscar winners of 2023. So let's see, the full list of the Academy Award winners from March 12th of 2023. I know Jamie Lee Curtis won one, which I was excited about. I'm a big Jamie Lee Curtis fan. I wish she would have won something for Halloween, but that never happens. Why is my... You know what? Let's just use this, because this is going slow. Okay, so the Academy Award winners. Brandon Fraser won for Best Actor in The Whale. Michelle Yeoh won for Best Actress in Everything, Everywhere, All at Once. Best Picture was Everything, Everywhere, All at Once. Best Supporting Actor was Ke Huy Quan. He was in The Goonies. He was a big role in The Goonies, and he won one as an adult, which is awesome. And that was for Everything, Everywhere, All at Once. Best Supporting Actress went to Jamie Lee Curtis for the movie Everything, Everywhere, All at Once. Let's see. Best Original Score was Volker Bertelmann for All Quiet on the Western Front. Best Director was Daniel Kwan for Everything Everywhere All at Once. Best Director was Daniel Schurnt for Everything Everywhere All at Once. Best Original Song was NATO NATO. Let's see. Best Animated Feature went to Guillermo del Toro's Pinocchio. Let's see. Best Original Screenplay went to Daniel Kwan for Everything Everywhere All at Once. Let's see. Best Visual Effects went to Avatar, Way of the Water. Best Costume Design went to Black Panther, Wakanda Forever. Let's see. Best Adapted Screenplay was Sarah Polley with Women Talking. Best Makeup and Hairstyling went to The Whale. Best Animated Short Film was The Boy, the Mole, the Fox, and the Horse. Best Film Editing went to Everything Everywhere All at Once. God, they won a ton of awards. And Best Sound went to Top Gun Maverick, which was one of my favorite movies of all time. Well, not of all time, but yeah, so that's one of my favorites. So that is the list of the rundown of the Oscar Awards 2023. If you want to see a good movie from the year, apparently all you got to do is watch Everything Everywhere All at Once. Because that seemed like that was the movie of the year for everybody to watch. Really quick, let's go over who are the sports teams that won the sports in 2023, because obviously there was a lot. So we'll kick it off with the beginning of the year, February 12th, the Super Bowl. Kansas City Chiefs beat the Philadelphia Eagles 38-35 after trailing at halftime 24-14. Patrick Mahomes was the MVP. The halftime show was performed by Rihanna, who announced her pregnancy at that event. NHL Stanley Cup was June 3rd to June 13th of 2023. The Vegas Golden Knights defeated the Florida Panthers 4-1 in the best-of-7 series. The MVP of the Cup was Jonathan Marchessault of the Knights, and this was their first ever Stanley Cup title. Let's see. The NBA Finals were June 1st to June 12th, 2023. The Denver Nuggets defeated the Miami Heat 4-1 in a best-of-7 series. The MVP of the NBA Finals was Nikola Jokic of the Denver Nuggets. This was their first ever NBA title. Major League Baseball World Series was October 27th to November 1st, 2023. The Texas Rangers defeated the Arizona Diamondbacks 4-1 in a best-of-7 series. The MVP was Corey Seager of Texas Rangers. This was their first ever World Series title in team history. NASCAR Cup champion was Ryan Blaney. He drives for, I believe, Menard's car. And the PGA Golf champion was Brooks Koepka, who joined Jack Nicklaus and Tiger Woods as the only players to win 3 PGA titles in the stroke play era, and became the 20th player to win 5 majors. And then finally, the WNBA Championship was October 8th to October 18th, 2023. The Las Vegas Aces defeated the New York Liberty 3-1 in the best-of-5 series. The MVP was A'ja Wilson. The Aces became the first team in 21 years and only the third in history to repeat as WNBA champions. So that's amazing. Vegas won 2 titles that year, the WNBA Championship and the Stanley Cup. It was first-year championships for the Vegas Golden Knights, the Denver Nuggets, and the Texas Rangers. All. So that's amazing. 3 out of the 4 championships were won by brand new teams. I love when that happens in sports because it's nice to have different teams win. The Kansas City Chiefs, that was before Taylor and Kelsey, just to let everybody know. They were not dating at that time yet. They started dating this year. They are the hit of 2023, by the way. Taylor Swift is the woman of 2023. Her and Beyonce. And then, of course, Margot Robbie playing Barbie. Those are like the 3 top women of the year. And the one that wrote and directed Barbie, too. Obviously, she was big, too. But, yeah, I'm telling you now, that is the big part of the year. That is great. Women really dominated 2023, and I'm excited for that. That should happen once in a while. It should happen every year. Women really do make the world go round. As much as guys who don't like women don't like to admit that, it's true. So let's go into the top songs of 2023. and let's see what made the top 20. So, actually, let's do 23 since we're in 2023. So I got to go down on this list in Rolling Stone. So let's see, 40 to 21. If it'll let me. It's not. There we go. Now it did it. Okay, so let's find 23 and go down from there. You know what? Let's just do the top 20 because this is acting stupid. So let's just do the top 20 songs of 2023. So let's see. Okay, so here, we'll do 23. So number 23 is Sexy Red, Sky. Never heard of that one. Megan Moraine with Sleep on My Side at number 22. Number 21 is Grupo Frontera and Bad Bunny, Un X102. I don't know, I might be I think I'm screwing that up, but if you're Spanish, you probably know the song. I'm sure you do. Number 20 was Kylie Minogue with Petum Petum. 19 was Taylor Swift, It Is Over Now. Number 18 of the year was Chappelle Rowan with Red Wine Supernova. Number 17 is DeVito featuring Musa Keys and Lotto with Unavailable. The 16th best song of 2023 was SZA featuring Doja Cat with the Kill Bill remix. Number 15 is Lotto again featuring Cardi B with Put It On the Floor Again. Let's see, number 14 is Mannequin. I'm not saying this word on the air because I don't want to have this a parental one. So it's Mannequin, Pussy, I Got Heaven. Let's see. Number 13 is Boy Genius with Not Strong Enough. Number 12 was Miley Cyrus with I Can Buy Myself Flowers. Everybody remembers that song. The number 11 song is the Beatles, Now and Then. That's crazy. Let's see. Number 10, Victoria Monet with On My Mama. Number 9 was Billie Eilish, What Was I Made For? That was from the Barbie soundtrack. Let's see. Number 8 is Lil Yachty with Strike, Hollister. Let's see. Number 7, Olivia Rodrigo, Get Him Back was number 7. Number 6 is New Jeans, Super Shy. Number 5 was Shakira and Burzrap with Burzrap Music Sessions Volume 53. I love me some Shakira. Number 4 was Zach Bryan featuring Casey Musgraves with I Remember Everything. Number 3 is Lana Del Rey, A&W. The number 2 song is Pink Panthers featuring Ice Spice, Boys a Liar Part 2. And the number 1 song of 2023 is Laban Armando and Pesa Pluma with Ella Bella Sola. That was the number 1 song of 2023. So make sure you go check out Rolling Stone's Top 100 and go check out all the songs. You got a few more days to jam out to 2023 before we kick off 2024. And one last thing I wanted to look at before we go was the top movies of 2023. So we know who won the Oscars, but who was the top movies of 2023? Let's go through that list. There's 30 of them, so let's just do all 30. The top 30 best movies of 2023. Alright, so they start at number 1, but we're not going to do that. That's stupid. We start at number 30. You start from the last to the first. Alright, so... Okay, that's weird. So it starts at number 20 on this. So we're just going to do the top 20, because that's kind of weird. Okay, so at number 20 was Magic Mike's Last Dance with Channing Tatum. I don't know why I see that in the top 20, but okay, I guess I get it. Number 19 was Cat Person. Number 18 was Oppenheimer, which that shocks me, coming in at number 18. Number 17 was Killers of the Flower Moon with Leonardo DiCaprio and Robert De Niro. And Brendan Fraser. There's a pretty good list of people in that movie. Let's see. Number 16, M. Night Shyamalan's Knock at the Cabin. I saw that with my wife and with Batista in it. That movie is actually pretty decent. If you want to see a decent sci-fi type movie, check out Knock at the Cabin. That was good. Number 15 was Close. Number 14 was You Hurt My Feelings. Let's see. Number 13 was Saltburn. Number 12 was Passages. Number 11 was Dix the Musical. And now we're getting to the top 10. Here's number 10 was Wonka, which is actually funny because that movie just came out in December. But they put that at number 15. I don't know how that happened. Number 9 was Priscilla, the movie about Elvis and Priscilla. That just came out recently too. So make sure you see that one. I saw Elvis. That was a good biopic. This one I'm going to see too when it comes out on streaming services. Number 8 was Foe. 7 was Anyone But You. Number 6 was Ferrari. Let's see. Number 5 was Renaissance, a film by Beyonce, and that showed her world tour. Let's see. Number 4 was May December. Number 3 was Mastaro. Number 2, of course, was Barbie. That was, I don't know how that's not number 1, honestly. I don't know how they rank these, but a movie that made like as much money as that, I'm surprised it's not number 1. But now I got number 2. And number 1 was Past Lives. That was the number 1 movie. So everything, that movie, Everything, All About You or whatever, that did not even come in the top 20. So I'm surprised. Magic Mike beat it, which I'm shocked by that. But then again, they go based on different criteria, I'm guessing, for this list. So, and I think it's all in the court of public opinion with that. So that, yeah. So it's been a great year. 2023 has been a pretty good year all around for a lot of things. We've had some tragedies, but we've also had some good stuff happen. We've had some good sports. We've had some good movies, some good music. I hope everybody had a great year. And for the ones that didn't have a great year, be optimistic about 2024. Take 2023 in the next 3 days and erase it from your mind. Because you only got 3 days left in this year. Even if you're still going through whatever struggle you went through for the whole year right now, things can look up in 2024. But you have to have the mindset to let that happen. I hope everybody has a great weekend. Enjoy the last 3 days of 2023 and make 2024 your bitch. Because honestly, you make the year what it is. And even through good and bad, you can always get back to the good. Bad has to happen to everybody in life. But you make good happen. And you could do it. So make sure you enjoy this weekend. Stay safe out there. Don't become a victim during this weekend of drunk driving or anything. I know everyone's going to be partying on Sunday night. It's New Year's Eve. A lot of people have New Year's Day off. So you can, drink and have fun. But honestly, be careful this weekend. Stay home if you can. Stay home with your family. Have fun with them. If you're going to go out to a bar and you're young, or you're going to go out to a club or wherever, make sure you get a hotel room close, or make sure you get an Uber or have a designated driver, because you don't want to have the last night of the year or the first day of the new year to be a bad day for your family that loses you. You're important to me. You're important to everybody out there. Just remember that. So enjoy 2023's last couple of days, and I will see everybody next week for the first show of 2024. Let's get it. Let's do it. I'll see everybody later. Have a good weekend. Have a great new year. Peace out.